Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Welcome back to Heartily Welcome. Today we should start the session. So, thank you very much for giving me this time. Your time, I respect your time. This is Krishna, HOD of Zoology. Now, I am going to start your fifth paper, that is already continued paper. So, guys, yesterday already we discussed digestion. So, what is digestion? What is digestion means? Tell me about what is digestion of Sangeeta. Tell me, ma. Sangeeta, tell me. So digestion means any Bushra, you can tell me, ma.
Complex molecules like proteins, carbohydrates, lipids are converted into simple molecules like glucose, amino acids. In the presence of a hydrolytic enzyme is called digestion.
Wow, super, very good, excellent, excellent definition. So that's already we discussed it yesterday. Uh, Digestion means, very well, the digestion complex molecules of carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, okay, so which are break down into or converted into simple molecules like glucose, amino acids, and glycerol and fatty acids in the presence of hydrolytic enzymes. That is called digestion. So we already discussed. In the digestion mechanism, what are the steps are there? What are the steps are there? So we already discussed. Okay, so mainly first digestion, then mechanical and physical digestion start, and movement should be start. Okay, then digestion should be start, then absorption, then assimilation, then what ma? So then egestion. Egestion means elimination. We already discussed it. So this is all the digestion process. Now in the digestive system of human anatomy, okay, can be divided into, we're discussing about this digestion process in three parts. One is digestive tract. What ma? One is digestive tract. Number two is that is digestive glands. Number three is digestion mechanism. Okay. So what are the three parts ma? Three parts we are discussing. One is what beta? Digestive tract. Number two, what? Digestive glands. Number three, digestion mechanism. So these categories we're discussing about the indigestion process. Right. The digestive tract is mainly, okay, start with the mouth, end with anus. The digestion tract, what ma? Start with the mouth, end with anus. Okay, so very, very important thing. Right? In the mouth, when the mouth are open, the buccal cavity is present. Buccal cavity is present. Okay, come on, tell me. In buccal cavity, okay, so what type of parts are present? Come on, tell me, Rajita. In buccal cavity, what type of parts are present? Rajita.
Parents. Parents. Parents.
Okay, Radhika, you can say ma. Sound వస్తున్నట్టుంది. Rajita your sound is very speaker banjema. You must be stop your speaker. Radhika, tell me.
Hello, sir.
Tell me. Okay, your voice. Tell me. Tell me, ma. Ah, I am asking about only buccal cavity. Only buccal cavity I am asking about. Okay. Tell me, Vikas, what are the parts are there in buccal cavity? Vikas.
Pharynx,
Ah.
esophagus,
No, 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 no. So, okay. So I am asking about buccal cavity. Okay.
Sir, pharynx and trachea.
No, no. Pharynx is not there in buccal cavity.
Sir, can I answer?
Salivary gland.
Ah, yes. Bushra, I can tell you, ma.
The jaws, palatine.
Ah, very good. Excellent, excellent. And Tagdish, you must be mute. Tagdish. Okay. Right. Okay. So in buccal cavity, the complete digestive tract start with mouth, end with anus. When the mouth is open, the buccal cavity is appeared. The buccal cavity nothing but is one of type of cavity. Whether mouth is open, okay, the buccal cavity is okay is open. The buccal cavity which contains what part, ma? Tongue, teeth, palatine, and epiglottis. So, and salivary glands are there. Okay. So this is we are discussing about in this buccal cavity. And teeth and tongue and palatine, which are responsible for mechanical digestion. Okay. Next one, you know very well. So, and the teeth already told you. Previous semester we already discussed. The teeth are, human being teeth are, the dental formula, you know very well. 2123 by what we done? 2123. 2123 by 2123. Right? Okay. So totally 32 teeth are there. That is permanent teeth. Temporary teeth, that means milk teeth are there. That is 20. Only children, childhood age, it will be present. So these teeth are which are responsible for chewing, tearing, cutting, mixing, etc. We're discussing, right? So that is mainly which are the teeth and tongue are responsible for what ma? So that is mechanical digestion. So this is yesterday we discussed in that one. Now I am going to share okay, now it is audible, ma? Now visible screen. Bushra. Visible?
Visible.
Okay. Yesterday, you know very well. Yesterday we discussed and mouth part we completed. Mouth and buccal cavity we completed. Today we are going to discussing about esophagus. Okay, esophagus, which start with pharynx. Start with the pharynx. Our mouth is completed. After mouth, pharynx is there. This pharynx, you know very well, the pharynx is called, it is a junction of food and hair particle. What ma? Pharynx, you must be put pharynx. The pharynx is called, what ma? It is a junction of food and hair particle. Because of through the nasal cavity, the hair should be enters in the pharynx. The air should be enters into the pharynx. And after chewing and engulfing the food material, okay, so whether remembering one thing, after mastication of the food material in the buccal cavity, okay, so mastication of the food material in the buccal cavity, so that should be enters into pharynx. The process is called deglutination. Very important term. It is so many times it will be asked in entrance level. Understood? What is deglutination? Come on, tell me. Deglutination means what, beta? Once I repeat. After mastication. Mastication means chewing, tearing, cutting, mixing with help of tongue, teeth, jaw, palatine, epiglottis, etc. So total that soft like round like food material is called, that is called bolus. What we can call it, ma? Bolus. The bolus should be formed in the buccal cavity. Remembering one thing. After mastication, remembering one thing. So the food which is look like a one bowl like structure. That means ball like structure. Okay, that is called bolus. The part is called what, ma? Bolus. These bolus which are enters into pharynx. That is a process is called what, ma? Deglutination. What we can call it, na? Deglutination. Simply the bolus we are engulfing into pharynx. The bolus engulfing into pharynx is called deglutination. Bolus means after mastication, the bowl, that means round like ball like structure food is called what, ma? Bolus. In Telugu we can call it mudda. Aharapu mudda antam chusara. So the pot is called, the food material is called bolus. The bolus which is enters into pharynx, okay, that is called deglutination. That is called what, ma? Deglutination. Remembering one thing. Right. Next, the pharynx already told you. What is pharynx, ma? The pharynx, remembering one thing, it is a junction of food and air particle. Junction of food and air particle. Right? So, because of we are breathing the hair should be enters into pharynx. The food is enters into pharynx. That's the why. So the pharynx is called, okay, so that is a junction of food and air particle. That is the second part is completed. Mouth is completed, buccal cavity is completed, and pharynx is completed. Now coming to the point, usophagus. Usophagus. This usophagus, remembering one thing. So approximately, the usophagus already told you. Approximately 9 to 10 long, 10 to, you know very well, approximately 10 meters already given. Okay. So that is a usophagus and the functions. So what is a function of usophagus? The usophagus secretes mucus. It is a tube-like structure. Already we discussed it. This is a green-like part is called what, ma? The green-like part is called usophagus. This usophagus secrete mucus. The usophagus, what, ma? Secrete mucus. And one more thing, this usophagus which contains 3 muscles. What, ma? Which contain 3 muscles like vertical muscles, circular muscles, radial muscles. Vertical muscles, circular muscles, radial muscles. These muscles are which are responsible for to generate the peristaltic movement. Okay, to generate the peristaltic movement in the completely alimentary canal. Alimentary canal, very important. And so many times, very important thing. So many times ask the question, what is the first part of alimentary canal? The first part of alimentary canal, that is none other than esophagus, right? So this is the first part of alimentary canal. It secretes a mucus. It contains circular, radial, and vertical muscles. So these muscles already the moves food from the throat, the pharynx to stomach using muscle movement called peristalsis. Already told you that movement is called like this like water flowing movement. Okay, so like that movement is called peristalsis. The movement is called what ma? Peristalsis. Remembering one thing. So this is a very important. Okay, next one. So this esophagus, if acid from the stomach, very important thing. Okay, so sometimes here LES will be there. What ma? The LES here. This is a esophagus. The esophagus which is enters into stomach. Here one sphincter is there. This is a stomach. This is a one whole like structure part is there. That is called sphincter. The sphincter name is called LES. What ma? LES. Where the sphincter is loose. Actually in the stomach, gastric juice also present. Where the sphincter is loose, the gastric juice which is comes into esophagus. So in that, due to that content is called LES effect. Lower esophagus sphincter. What beta? Lower esophagus sphincter. The sphincter is loosed. The sphincter is affected in that condition. So from the stomach, the gastric juice which is comes into the esophagus. The gastric here stomach is there. From the stomach the gastric juice enters into what ma? Esophagus. So thus gastric juice spread into what ma? Spread into esophagus to outside in heart muscles. In that condition, that is called heartburn, chest pain, heartburn. In Telugu we can call it gundelo dada. Gundelo dada. If that acid from the stomach gets into here, that heart burning, and here throat burning. Throat, that means it is a gastric juice which contains SSCL. Remembering one thing. That should be burning takes place here. Chest pain will come, slightly chest pain will come, heart burning problem will come. That is a problem. That is not a heart attack problem. That is a LES problem. Right? So that is esophagus. Okay, once I repeat esophagus, because
Sir, last point once again.
once I repeat, okay. Okay, you must be mute ma. Once I repeat, esophagus, it is very, very important. Totally the alimentary canal 9 to 10 meters. Here approximately 25 centimeters, that is 10 inches. Remembering one thing, and is the first part of alimentary canal, right? Next one, esophagus, which contains inner side vertical, circular, radial muscles. It secretes a mucus. The muscles to generate the movement, that is peristaltic movement. The food is moved from throat to esophagus, throat to stomach. And sometimes what happen ma? Here this is a esophagus, this is the stomach. This is a esophagus, this is the stomach. Okay, here connection between the esophagus and stomach. Here one sphincter is there. That is called LES. That is called what ma? LES, lower usophagus sphincter. Lower usophagus sphincter. So it will be loose, it will be leaked. The gastric juice enters into esophagus and throat. In that condition, that gastric juice spread into chest, spread into heart, spread into chest, the chest pain will come. That gastric juice spread into reach to heart, the heart burning, chest pain. The gastric juice enters into throat burning. Okay, so total it is not a heart attack symptom. It is only gastric juice problem. It is only gastric juice problem. That is very, very important. Remembering one thing. Got my concept, Vikas? Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right, ma. Now, okay, you can mute it. Now coming to the point, the stomach part. So the stomach part, remembering one thing. Okay. So the stomach part, it will be, remembering one, it is what shaped? The stomach is what ma? The stomach is J shaped. What ma? It is called J shaped. Okay, it is a J shaped stomach is nothing but it is a J shaped muscular bag like structure. What ma? Muscular bag like structure. Remembering one thing. Okay, so and it store the food, whatever it may be you are eaten. It breaks down into tiny pieces. It breaks what ma? It breaks the small pieces by using of gastric juice. Because of so many muscles are there in the stomach also. Which shape ma? It is a J shape. And one more thing, this stomach which to secretes the digestive glands. The stomach which contains the glands are there is called gastric glands. That is called what ma? Gastric glands are there. We'll discussing about there. The gastric glands separate topic is there. Digestive glands we'll discussing about there. Just to be general view idea. It secretes the gastric juice, that is digestive juice, which contains HCl, pepsin, renin enzyme. Okay, what ama? This enzyme which contains pepsin, HCl, renin enzyme is there, right? Okay, so this renin enzyme. So these enzymes are which are what happen ma? To break down the proteins. Okay, slightly lipids are there, but in stomach there is no digestion process takes place of, especially that is carbohydrates, right? And one more thing, already told you, in the stomach HCl should be produced. That is called acidic nature. This acidic nature of HCl to kills the bacteria. Whatever you ate, okay, the food material. So that food material, remembering one thing, that food material, so which is contains so many microorganisms. That microorganism like bacteria should be killed by the gastric juice of HCl. That is one of the important thing of stomach. And one more thing, esophagus which is connected with the stomach, one sphincter is there, that is called LES, lower esophagus sphincter. Okay, and the stomach which is connected with the duodenum, that is one of the sphincter is there, that is called pyloric sphincter. That is what ma? Pyloric sphincter also there. So this is we're discussing about stomach. Once again I repeat. So it is a J-shaped muscular bag-like structure, stored the food, and break down the food, which is to secrete the gastric juice. This gastric juice to break what ma responsible for the chemical digestion. And there is only proteins, slightly lipids are digestion takes place. But carbohydrates should not digestion. Remembering one thing, one more important point. So in the stomach, the food which is what happened ma partially digested. Partially digested acidic nature of food is called chyme. Partially digested acidic nature of food is called chyme. Remembering one thing. Okay, so that is one of the important thing. And one more thing, the gastric juice which contains HCl, this HCl acidic nature to kills the bacteria. To kills the bacteria. So whatever you eat in the food material, right? So this is an important point. Okay, so already to the food found in the stomach is called chyme. Okay, see, so many muscular parts are there. This is the here one sphincter is there, that is called what sphincter ma? That is you know what, LES sphincter, lower usophagus sphincter. Okay, this is a pyloric sphincter. Okay, so this stomach bag like structure, this is a duodenum, and in the stomach the food is called chyme, right? So that is very the next. Let us coming to the point, what ma small intestine. Next coming to the point, what beta small intestine. Next coming to the point, small intestine. Okay, so small intestine already told you, it is the largest part, nearly 7 meters are there. Okay, see the small intestine I already drawn in the PPT. So this is the small intestine part, the pink part. This pink part is called small intestine. The small intestine approximately roughly 7 meters long. 7 meters long is there. Okay. Next one, the small intestine already told you, especially for so 3 parts are there. Number 1 duodenum, number 2 jejunum, number 3 that is called ileum, already discussed yesterday. And one more thing, the small intestine, so which is lining by the finger like projections are called. The finger like projections are called like that. The finger like projections are there. That finger like projections is called villi. That villi is called microvilli. These microvilli, which are responsible for to increasing of surface of area of small intestine. To increasing of surface area of small intestine. So that is the important of what ma? So small intestine. Okay, so that is one of the thing. And okay, that is to increase the villi surface. The villi are covered in microvilli, which is further increase surface of area. These microvilli, okay, so to secrete the microvilli. This microvilli, which is increase the surface of area, this microvilli, which is secreted from microvilli, finger-like projections, which are responsible for absorption. Next one. Okay, so we are seen in the diagram. So for example, the small intestine, see what are the parts are there in the small intestine. We are seen in the diagram. Okay, so muscle layers are there, large circular folds, lumen, like these are the villi. These are all the villi. These villi, which are contains what happened, so many foldings are there, blood capillaries, goblet cells, lacteal cells, absorptive cells which are connected with the blood also. So this is this villi, submucosal layer, Okay, muscularis mucosa, intestinal crypts are present. Okay, so these microvilli which are covered by surface, that is called microvilli. Okay, next one. So this small intestine which are responsible for what happened ma? Nutrients from the food pass into the bloodstream. The small intestine, so after digestion, the already told you the glucose, amino acids and fatty acids and glycerol. So these items which are enters into which are prepared in the small intestine, and these small intestine of microvilli which are responsible for the nutrient food material like glucose, amino acids, glycerol, fatty acids, which are what happen ma? To absorption into bloodstream through the small intestine walls, like so that is microvilli and villi. Right, this small intestine to absorb the especially for 80% ingested water, 80% ingested with water to absorb. That is one of the thing. So 80% absorb the water and vitamins and minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids. Carbohydrate means glucose, proteins means amino acids, lipids means glycerols and fatty acids. And secretes digestive enzymes also. So digestive enzymes also small intestine. So the digestive enzymes we're discussing later. Okay, so these are all the what happened ma? Totally small intestine to absorbing process with help of blood capillaries. That means bloodstream. Now coming to the point, large intestine. Coming to the point, large intestine.
Sir, last point secrets the
It secretes digestive enzymes, ma. Digestive enzymes. I will explain later. Digestive glands are there. Digestive enzymes. Can I repeat? Small intestine. Small intestine, remembering one thing. So, okay. The small intestine, once I repeat, the small intestine, it is a 7 meters long. It is contains 3 parts: duodenum, ileum, sorry, jejunum, ileum. Okay, and these small intestine, which are foldings, are called villi. Villi are covered with microvilli. Microvilli are covered with villi. These villi and microvilli, which are muscular parts, which are responsible for absorption of the food material into bloodstream, and to absorb the 80% ingested water, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and it secrete the digestive enzymes. I would like to give what is the digestive enzymes, right? Especially for you must be put talk already given in the previous semester of rapid digestion. So the small intestine. So for example, the small intestine which contains so many enzymes like sucrase, maltase, lactase, DNase, RNase, like total all digestive enzymes which are secreted from the small intestine, right? So that is one of the important. Okay, I think may audible, visible. రచిత కనిపిస్తుందా, వినిపిస్తుందా?
సార్ వినిపిస్తుంది కనిపిస్తుంది.
Okay, thank you very much. Now one more interesting topic, that is called large intestine. Large intestine. This large intestine, we are already brown color. The diagram in the brown color large intestine parts are. So this large intestine approximately, so it is 1.5 meter. Approximately how much long ma? 1.5 meter, like nothing but it is a 5 feet. 3 feet is equal to 3 feet is equal to 1 meter. 3 feet is equal to what ma? 1 meter. So approximately 1.5 So meter and 1.5 mm diameter also there. This is a large intestine. Next, so for example, it is what happened, ma? So accept the waste material from the small intestine. That means indigested food material, unwanted food material to accept. But so whatever it may be, useful material should not accept. Okay, accept what small intestine don't observe. Okay, that means what, ma? So unwanted food material like you know very well, all captain, any other food material should not accept. For example, cellulose. Cellulose, the small intestine should not observe. Cellulose, that is fiber food. The cellulose, the small intestine should not observe. That's why they accept. Okay, the cellulose which are responsible for, okay, the cellulose which are responsible for removal of constipational problems. Removal of what, ma? Constipational problems. Okay, that is very important thing. So, for example, glucose should not accept, amino acid should not accept, lipids should not accept, minerals should not accept because of, okay, so it accepts what the small intestine don't observe. So minerals to observe by the small intestine, carbohydrate, protein, lipids, etc. all nutrients are to observe by the small intestine. Remaining parts, remaining waste material, remaining indigested, okay, that food material which it should be accept of large intestine. Okay, next, so the large intestine here mainly I think that is not essential for in this semester. So it is ascending colon, descending colon and mid colon also there, and lastly rectum also there. So one more thing, this rectum, remembering one thing, one more important question will come in the examination frequently. So right, in the small intestine, sorry, large intestine, so many foldings are there. The foldings is called hostra. H-A-U-S-T-R-A, hostra. So the large intestine foldings are called hostra. Hostra. Okay. So this is very important for to absorbing of water from the waste material of the fecal material. Next, rectum. It is a short-term storage which hold fecus before it expelled. Rectum to storage the fecal material before to expelled. Okay, that is the rectum part. Next, what is the functions of large intestine? So that is number one, bacterial digestion. Number one, what, ma? Bacterial digestion. Number two, ferment carbohydrates. Ferment carbohydrates. Okay. So next one, protein breakdown. It is useful for bacterial digestion. The bacterial digestion, that is ferment the carbohydrate and protein breakdown. Next, what, ma? It absorbs the more water and concentrate waste material. Okay, so for example, this is a what happened, ma? Large intestine pods. This large intestine pod, this is called cecum, where the small intestine which is enters into cecum, that is called that means for vermiform appendix also there. This is ascending colon. This is ascending colon. Okay, this is a descending colon. This is a middle one. Okay, the so many foldings are transverse colon, or we can call it transverse colon, or middle one. So this large intestine, which is responsible for bacterial digestion, to absorb the remaining water material, to concentrate the waste material, and to remove the here rectum is there. This rectum to storage the temporary storage of fecal material to expel before the expelling of fecal material. And see here in the anal part. So in the
Sir,
anus.
సార్ ఒకసారి పిక్చర్ పెద్దగా పెట్టండి సార్, కనిపిస్తలేవు అక్షరాలు, చూస్తాం.
డయాగ్రామా?
ఆ,
ఇది పీపీటీలో అంతే వస్తుంది మాది లో నేను మీకు షేర్ చేస్తానండి మా మీకు షేర్ చేస్తానండి
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే ఓకే
మీకు సెండ్ చేస్తానండి మీకు పీపీటీ సెండ్ చేస్తాను మీకు ఓకేనా
ఓకే సార్,
రైట్
ఓకే
సో and this rectum it is a storage of fecal material before the expelling of the fecal material. And now, coming to the point so coming to the point anal, so the anus, so this anus, remembering one thing, the anus, what happened ma, so which contains sphincters are there ma, that is called external anal sphincter also there. This anus also, which is made up of vertical and internal muscles and external muscles are there. Internal muscles and external muscles are there in the anus. So that external muscles which are responsible for the removal of fecal material, right? So that is egestion. So the external anal sphincter here, in the sphincter which contains the muscles are which are responsible for the egestion. Egestion means, what is egestion? Elimination of fecal material through the anus is called egestion. Remembering one thing. So this is a what ma totally digestive tract. Totally you can call it what ma digestive tract. So once I repeat quickly, totally, first mouth. The digestive system tract start with the what ma mouth, then buccal cavity, then pharynx, then esophagus, then stomach, then small intestine. The small intestine, then duodenum, then jejunum, then ileum, then large intestine, then rectum, then anus. What are the technical points? What are the scientific points about in this part? Right? In the buccal cavity. So buccal cavity, the scientific terms, palatine we discussed, teeth we discussed, dental formula we discussed, mechanical digestion, physical digestion, and ptyalin and amylase enzyme to respond to the chemical digestion, and mastication in the buccal cavity, and deglutination. What is deglutination? Anybody can say the answer? What is deglutination? What is deglutination? Anybody can say the answer? Anybody?
Sir, when the chewed food enters into esophagus to pharynx, that food is called deglutination.
No, Bushra. Okay, you understand that, of course. You understand that is not right, ma. Once again I repeat. So
Okay.
mastication in the buccal cavity, right?
Sir,
Okay. So Varun, Radhika, anybody, one person, two, you can say. ఎవరైనా ఒక చెప్పండి.
Gola center.
Vikas, very good, Vikas. Thank you very much. Bushra, understood. So once again I repeat. Okay, you must be mute. Okay. So in the buccal cavity, Bushra, in the buccal cavity, after mastication, after chewing, that bolus, that food material, bowl-like structure food material, which is engulfing into pharynx, not esophagus to pharynx, right? Buccal cavity to pharynx. The bolus, simply bolus, which enters into pharynx, that is called deglutination. And mastication means what? Chewing, tearing, okay, mixing, total grinding is called mastication. And okay, next one, which part is called junction of food and hair particle? Anybody can say the answer? What beta?
pharynx.
Pharynx. Okay, excellent answer. Okay, nice, nice, very good, very good. And what is peristaltic movement? What is peristaltic movement? Come on, tell me. Anybody can say?
Contains three muscles: vertical, circular, radial muscles, responsible for peristaltic movement.
Wow, super, super. Very good, Varun. Very good, super. So, yes, vertical, radial, circular muscles are present in the esophagus. This esophagus, these muscles are to generate the movement. The movement is called peristaltic movement, right? Excellent. Right. So, very, very well. What is chyme? Who can say? What is chyme? Radhika?
The partially digested food is called.
Very good, excellent, excellent. Okay, now. So, partially, yes, partially digested food is called chyme. Nice, excellent. Okay. So these are all the important. Today we are going to highlight point about this overview of this totally digestive tract, and tomorrow will continue. Okay, tomorrow will continue the accessory glands, or we can call it digestive glands. Accessory glands, or we can call it the digestive glands. Tomorrow we'll discussing, and mechanism of digestion. Tomorrow we'll discuss. Right? Thank you very much. So thank you very much, my dear legendary students. So thank you for cooperating your time. I respect your time. I respect your attitude. I think hope to understand you are the legendary students for listeners. I think you should become a good position in future. May God bless you. Thank you very much. This is Krishna. So HOD of Zoology, Sri Vasudi Girls. Thank you very much. Signing out. Bye bye. Okay.